Hi, and today let us talk about Ho'oPonoPono. Ho'oPonoPono is an ancient Hawaiian technique of forgiveness and reconciliation, but I call it the technique to connect to self. Ho'oPonoPono helps you to connect to the self that you are in this incarnation, to the authentic self that you are in this incarnation, not the self that wears the masks, not the self that disguises itself, not the self that puts on appearances of either aggression or submissiveness in order to transact with the world outside. Ho'oponopono also helps us to connect to our divine self, to our higher self. In our lives today, our focus is so turned to the world outside that we forget the most important person in our lives, and that is ourselves. When we forget ourselves, when we are unable to connect to ourselves, the love that we give to others, the service that we provide for others, the work that we do, all of this remains less than 100%. You are unable to love unconditionally because you are unable to love yourself. You are unable to serve with full authenticity, with empathy, with compassion, without expectation, because you are unable to serve yourself. So you see, it is so important for us to connect to ourselves. Ho'oponopono has just 4 simple statements. Of course, there is an extremely in-depth science behind these 4 statements, but for me to explain that to you would take me hours. For the purpose of this video, let me bring this to you in a very, very small nutshell. The 4 sentences are: I love you, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Remember what I said earlier. I call Ho'oponopono the technique to connect to self. These 4 sentences of Ho'oponopono are said by you to yourself. The first sentence, the first affirmation is, I love you. How rarely do we say that to each other? In fact, have you ever authentically said that to yourself, meaning it 100%? I love you. The second statement, please forgive me. Please forgive me for having sacrificed you somewhere along the way. Please forgive me for the negation, for the self-negation that I have so often indulged in. Please forgive me for the lack of connection with self. Please forgive me for having forgotten who I truly am, a divine being in a human body. The third sentence, I am sorry. I am sorry for the negative thoughts, for the negative feelings, for the negative words, all of which have released dense, dark, negative energies into my energy system. I am sorry for having hurt myself in this way. I am sorry for having put others before me and completely forgetting about myself. And the last statement is thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to reconnect to myself. Thank you for this opportunity to connect to my higher self, my divine self. Thank you for this opportunity to return to my divine presence. So I love you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. Thank you. You can say these statements in any order that you wish. Ho'oPonoPono can be done a few times a day for just a few minutes, but its benefits are manifold. The first benefit is that your inner child, the place where your subconscious is cleansed and liberated from energies that are negative, from old wounds, from old traumas. We live with our disguises. We live with the masks that we wear. We suppress who we really are because we are scared to show that. And we are scared to show that because of all the negative thoughts and feelings that our inner child is burdened with. So the first thing that the Ho'oPonoPono does is it clears our inner child. It brings it back to life and vitality and creativity and intuition and joy. When our subconscious is clear, only then can you connect to the higher realms. Only then can you connect to your higher self. In order to connect to the higher realms, you have to first connect to your lower realms, the lower realms of your subconscious, the lower realms where your inner child dwells. A few minutes of Ho'oPonoPono every day helps you to return to that state of centeredness, to that state of oneness, where you are able to see that all others are merely a reflection of you. That separation does not exist. What you are within is what is reflected for you on the outside. And with that awareness comes the joy of freeing you from blame. When you live your life blaming others, blaming situations for who you are, what you have become, for your feelings, for your thoughts, you live a life that is entrapped, that is burdened. When you free yourself from blame and you take on the joyous responsibility and the joyous awareness and wisdom that I am the only one in charge of my reality. I am the only one who can create my destiny. I am the only one who can maintain my current reality or shift my reality. When you come to that state of awareness, it is liberation to the full. With that liberation, there is no one, there is nothing out there that can ever affect you more than just a few minutes. because after those few minutes, you will immediately realize that you have the free will choice to react and respond to the person or to the situation in the way you choose. That person is not in charge of your happiness. That the only person in charge of your happiness is yourself. Doesn't that feel wonderful? Isn't that good to hear? Start on the Ho'oPonoPono practice and bring this miracle into your life. If you want to learn the full science of what Ho'oPonoPono is, how to practice it, what to do, contact me. I am a certified Ho'oPonoPono practitioner. So email me at EllaeenahJadeFirelight.com, or you can visit my website JadeFirelight.com, JadeFirelight, and from there you can contact me. I look forward to hearing from you, and I pray that from this moment you create the miracles in your life. All my love and a big hug.